Hootie hoo! It's the call of the night owl. It's the call of the night owl. Hootie hoo! It's the call of the night owl. It's the call of the night owl. Hootie hoo! It's the call of the night owl. It's the call of the night owl. Hootie hoo! Hey, butterflies. We're going to have a quick night owl conversation. We just got done with class not too long ago. It was abso-freaking-looking. I'm messing up my words, child. I was trying not to cuss. It was absolutely amazing. Shout out to everyone who came to class tonight. But, yeah, I want to have a night owl conversation. Give everyone a chance to get in. Say hi. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. The replay there when you're ready. Our group coaching session is on Saturday, though. So that one can't be replayed because that's not being recorded. But hope to see you out then. Hey again, Pooh. I was just saying how we just got out of class. Okay, we're gonna start in like 1 minute, y'all. Yeah, it's on Zoom. Enjoy your trip, Pooh. Hey. Hey, Pooh. Look at all these veteran butterflies coming up in here. I see y'all with y'all veteran butterfly colors. Hey, it's 7 p.m. Friday. Have a good look. May everything go great. May everything go great. The play was amazing. Did a mosquito just bite me, child? A mosquito was in my house. It's been getting me all day today. I'm about to go get my mosquito spray, child. I think it's still sitting outside. Because something bit me. Let me get this mosquito spray. Hold on. Because, baby, I done got bit on my arm. The fact I gotta go through this in my own house. Every night I gotta fight. Every night to prove my love. Okay. Let me pull up the stream from this phone so I can see the comments. Why is it not showing up for me to... It won't let me press it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. But the play was absolutely amazing. All the actors and actresses did absolutely amazing. Y'all know I love me some Wiz, baby. And Dorothy sang her ass off when she sang Home Child, okay? So my soul was full. My soul was so full. Y'all, I'm paranoid about a mosquito now, child. I don't want to scratch it. Okay, so I just really feel like everything that's happening right now, everything of whatever we are all, like, we are all literally receiving, like, okay, everyone in the world together is like going through this karma regeneration period, like a karma reset type of vibe. Like, it's a lot going on in a lot of spaces. So how do I want to put this? I'm trying to figure out how to put it for the people who don't want to hear anything about accountability. Spirit is saying our reality is a reflection of our actions and inactions. It makes me think about how when I would like pass gas or something when I was younger, and if it stank, my grandma would be like, "Ooh, your insides is rotten." She'd be like, "Your insides is rotten." And the meaning of that, when putting it to life, is that everything that we shit out, okay, everything that we shit out is representative of what we've eaten. Is representative of what we've eaten, what we've digested, what we've taken in. So, tying in from the play yesterday, for example, we all know the story of Wizard of Oz and the overall theme of life's experiences and the journey develops us in exactly what it is that we need. No one else can save you, for real. They can give you advice, they can guide you, they can motivate you, they can help teach you, but no one can save you but you and the actions that you take. No matter what. Because I'm telling you now, if someone just hands you what it is you think you need, you would fuck it up if you're not ready or you don't know how to handle it and manage it. So that's where life's experiences come in, because with life's experiences, you learn how to manage the things that you pray for. You learn how to manage and care for the things that you're manifesting. So everything that we're going through right now is representative of what we've been manifesting, what we've been digesting, and of what we want to shit out, for example. So if you don't like how your life is on the outside, you got to change around what you do. Change around your daily habits. Change around the places that you go. Change around the things that you watch and digest every day. Okay? Doing the same thing over and over is insanity. So if you're doing the same routine, you ain't changing nothing for real, and life still ain't how you need it or want it, something that you're doing is not conducive. It's not productive. It's on a lower frequency that doesn't equate to what you say you want. So this is like someone saying, I want to eat a nice steak dinner or salad or whatever. until you get the ingredients and cook it or open yourself up to receive it, it's just a thought. It's just a feeling. At this time, people are truly seeing, and there's some people, so say you've been making your changes, you've been evolving, you've been creating healthier habits, you've been doing all that, right? When you ended that bad relationship, you didn't try to go jump into a new one, you worked on yourself. You started evolving yourself, okay? You have people who have been running from accountability. They are getting hit with a storm right now. Everyone who has been running from accountability, everyone who's been lying to themselves and lying to others, those who have been in unhealthy delusion, they are also feeling the repercussions. Okay? Hey, Pooh. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Because the reading was called About the Equation. And now that I think about it, that was one of the readings that got one of the lowest views. Now that I think about it. About life is like math, you know? You know, one thing I realized is that there is really a different mindset between people who live in different realities. And many people don't realize that they've been born into a system, a caste system that creates their subconscious reality. And all you do is perpetuate it to keep the system going, unless you change it. But changing it is not easy. And many people try to do the same things that they know, but the same things that you know keep you in your older frequency. So one thing I noticed in conversation, I was having a conversation with different people at different times about different things, right? I was having a conversation with someone who, you know, they're not like, they're like an everyday working person, right? And so they were talking about something that's like, whoo, them tickets, $250. First off, you're in an energy of lack, okay? Because I have a similar conversation now with someone else. They're like, oh, it's just $250. Where do you fall on the spectrum? Do you look at that and be like, oh my gosh, is that? That's the type of mindset energy that separates people in different spaces. Instead of looking at something in what you don't have and how it's too much, look at it as, oh, okay, that's what I got to make to get that. It's a mindset difference. Okay? It's a mindset difference. If your first mindset goes to how unobtainable something is or how difficult something may be, or whatever the case is, you're still operating from a glass being half empty. Hey, Pooh. So what this is saying, This season is the strongest time as ever to make things happen. The world is going through a major transformation right now. So those who have balanced energy between their feminine and their masculine, they've started shifting in various areas. They're going to be the ones who are at a different space in 2027-ish. It's like life is going to be totally different. There's a transference of energy that's happening right now, okay? And sooner or later, it's going to get locked, making it harder to obtain. So there's certain resources and things that are available, that are out there, that can be used, that can be beneficial. But it's a time constraint on it. You got to get on it when it's there, when the opportunity is there. That's what separates people who have resources and those who don't. They don't take forever to make their mind up. Okay? They don't take forever to make their mind up. They know how to make decisions. Okay? Okay, that's beneficial for this. Da da da. Cool. Because the longer you take on things, the harder things become. The same thing on paying for convenience. It always ends up paying for itself in the end. You either get paid back in time, and your time is very valuable. Okay? Energy. And then you can direct yourself to the things that you really want to do. So this is one of those seasons. Don't look at things as, oh, it's unobtainable. You know how many people in the Black community I've heard when I've told them that I hire a housekeeper to come in sometimes? It's only you at your house. What you mean? You act like you got kids. Whoa there. Hold on. Don't police my house. First off, you don't know anything that's going on. Second of all, if I don't want to do something, what's wrong with me getting somebody else to come do it? Because that gives me more time to create a class. That gives me more time to write a book when I'm not doing the things that I don't want to do. So now I'm giving energy back into the system as a blessing to someone else. And I know that energy is going to come back to me because I bless other people. I bless other people's businesses. I support all of those things. So I know those things are going to come back to me. That's how life operates. When you are in a mindset of clenching and afraid of things, it eludes you. I know, right, Antasia? I'm like, baby, I ain't got time to be sitting here cleaning all these walls in this house. Okay? It's time for me to hire someone to come in again. It's a lot. Dusting, keeping up with this, running this business, doing this, keeping my mental health together. But in the Black community, I see that a lot. That may be in other spaces too. We're taught to struggle. But guess what? That's a poverty mindset. You got to struggle for you to get anything. No, actually you don't. Actually you don't. You just got to get in flow. You have to get in flow. You got to make sure your faucet is running. That's what it is. This season, people are learning how to get in flow. They are learning how to find themselves. They are learning how to evolve into themselves, trust in themselves. We was talking about that today in class. It was on building your confidence and being seen. You can't expect to receive if you don't have an avenue to receive it. How are you going to get mail if you don't have a mailbox? You don't have a mailbox and then you got a pit bull inside your gate. Ain't nobody coming to deliver mail to your house. Ain't nobody coming there. Your house is not, it's in our policy that we don't have to deliver mail to your house. That's how spirit works. That's literally how spirit works. You're asking for increase. What avenues are you creating for spirit to give you increase? Are you expecting somebody to just come up to you and give you money or something? Now, that may happen in a situation. I'm telling you right now, create an avenue to receive it. You have to have a physical avenue for the spiritual to be made present. As above, so below. So if something is not coming to you, you need to see what the disconnect is from the, because you already got the spiritual because you thought it, you felt it. But something is broken in the physical on how the avenues are that you've allowed yourself to receive it or not receive it. You get what I'm saying? So you got to figure out what's going on in the below. And a lot of times it's comfort zone. A lot of times it's fear. A lot of times it's not wanting to let go of things and people that you know are unhealthy for you because you still have some codependency issues that will negatively affect you in the future. So spirit is not going to bring certain things to you because you're going to be like one of those lottery winners who blow all their money in a year and now they broke and homeless. It's something about stronger boundaries. Stronger boundaries with yourself and others. Stop being so quick to run out and you be so quick to invest and spend all this money on your kids. But when it come for you and you doing something for you to build yourself, you be, I don't know. No, baby, that's not good. That's not teaching self-care and self-love. That's teaching that other people are more important than you. So literally, you can't get out of those spaces and places until you make the decision to get the fuck up out of it. I'm telling you right now. That's why a lot of people, they would get upset with me on what I say about in regards to like depression and things of that nature. Don't claim that shit around me. That's spiritual imbalance. That's how I see depression. Depression is spiritual imbalance, spiritual lack, spiritual deficiency. Get your spirit right, your environment right, and your actions right. I bet you ain't gonna have none of that shit no more. Get some hobbies. Get off the fucking internet. Go outside. Walk around. Oh, I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You've just been brainwashed to believe that you can't. So now you got to start re-brainwashing yourself. Because guess what? No one is required to help you. No one is required to sacrifice themselves because you're going through something. And that may sound harsh, but it's the reality of the universe. If the universe fucking cared, then if you were to drop a living being out of a top floor window, the universe wouldn't let that being hit the ground and die. Do you get what I'm saying? The universe don't give a fuck. The universe don't have morals. You create that flow of shit. Everyone in each system, the poverty system or whatever caste system you want to check into, they've been programmed to believe and act a certain way so they fit in a certain algorithm within society. You get what I'm saying? Learn what your current algorithm is and get the fuck out of it and watch your life change. Okay? Learn what your current algorithm of life is. And then get the fuck out of it and watch things change. If you need help with it, I offer hypnotherapy and past life regression sessions. Pretty good at what I do, if I don't say so myself. Once you identify your system, and you realize the outcome, the output of this system. So everything is very science-like. I love physics. I love math for that reason. Everything is input, output. So whatever the output is, check the input. So if you're not liking the output of the relationships you're in, we got to check out ourselves. And it's not just the sense of who we attract, because remember I told y'all, it's not about who we attract. It's about who we keep. It's about who we keep. Okay? Who we entertain. Okay? You got to get out of your comfort zone. Change is not in your comfort zone. Growth is not in your comfort zone. Because you're going to realize, I was watching a video today. Actually, it was an experimental video. And it was this man walking down the street, and he did an experiment of grabbing a kid. Don't you know it took like 5 attempts of him doing it for a civilian to stop him and grab him? The other ones just watched it happen. Because they've been brainwashed. It's called the witness theory, the bystander theory, where people will watch a crime happen and they won't do anything. Okay? I need you to understand, in this world, the sense of other people or someone coming to save you was a lie. The bystander, yes. It was a lie, y'all. Only those who are spiritually fit survives. Build your spirit up. The reality is that we've become addicted to pain. Well, let me not say we. Society is programming a certain collective of people to be addicted to pain and sadness. So if you're addicted to pain and sadness and you're given incentives to be there, you're never going to expand outside of that. You're going to stay in your lane, which is marketable. Okay? All of this is a system. Literally, it's all a system. And if you into some nerdy shit, research systems change theory. And you're going to realize this type of shit goes on really in society. Everything's an experiment. You know, but I'm just some crazy lady whose predictions always come true. I'm just some crazy lady, okay? This season of life, those who survive are those who have the willpower. You have the strength to get your ass up. And if you can't get your ass up, you connect with what you need to connect to. Okay? Being taught to be dependent on other people is a conditioning. Now, of course, we're dependent upon our mother and things of that nature for food as we grow, right? Well, for those who are breastfed, all of that. Like, I know there's different things that's out there, okay? Even in the wild, once you become adults, the motherfucking parents ain't got no responsibility over you no more. They don't have responsibility over you anymore. They taught you how to fly. They taught you how to hunt. They taught you how to take care of your pride, you know, all that jazz. But it's above me now. Once you hit that space and you reach that coming of age, it's above me now. And that same thing happens in our society. But unfortunately, emotionally, they're still conditioning people to be codependent emotionally. If you're emotionally dependent, then you're going to be more open to being dependent on governmental things and other things in which now they have control over you. And once you get into the system, it's hard to get out, because as soon as you make a penny over, they take that away. And then they brainwash you to put yourself into situations that push you back further, that makes things more difficult to attain. It's not saying that you can't obtain it, but it makes it more difficult. It becomes a rat race, right? All this is a part of a system. So to beat that system, you got to understand what is the system you were born into. Okay? This is what I teach in my school, how to transform all this shit. Because if you don't understand your systems, you can't understand what to change or how to change or why you should change it. So that you find yourself repeating the same thing until you decide to get off the wheel. Everyone's morals were given to them. Everyone's values were given to them. Everything was given to them. Do you have some values that you follow that you don't even really believe in? You said birds will push you out the nest. Baby, y'all know cats be dropping kids off, okay? They don't even wait till they a year. They drop them off. And then go get pregnant again, okay? Them some motherfucking deadbeat mamas. If we want to talk about deadbeats, okay? And stay having kids. It's like cats have become like, you know how they call certain people quote unquote welfare queens? I'm not saying I agree with that, but cats really are the welfare queens of the animals. I don't care what nobody say. They've tricked humans into what they sad eyes and shit. They didn't trick humans into what they say, the cat distribution system. That shit ain't real, y'all. Cats done tricked humans. Okay, I'm telling you. They know what to do so that they can be domesticated and get their needs met. She going back out there hot in the tail to get some cat daddy. Okay? Y'all remember that cat daddy dance? Okay? She up and like, oh, baby, you can go over there with your auntie human. Okay? I'm going to get me some old cat daddy. Enjoy life, baby. Bye. Okay? They be dropping them kids off at the doorstep. Tell me I'm lying. So when people try to idolize certain things, we got to understand, even in nature, like different creatures and things move and operate differently. So look at yourself and see, have I been following a certain path or a certain aesthetic or a certain way of being that ain't really me? Because that might be the blockage that you've been needing to remove. That thing you weren't even paying attention to. How you go there once a week, you know, you go there because you want to show you care and all this other jazz, but you don't really want to go. Why the fuck are you going? Oh, I don't want to hurt their So you gonna hurt your feelings to make somebody else's feelings not be hurt? Damn, that sounds like somebody that's hitting themselves in the face with an orange in a sock. Okay? That's what it sounds like to me. That sounds like self-harm. When you start giving yourself all that energy and find yourself being more within yourself, you'll find the world moves a little bit better. Okay? It moves a little bit easier for you. Definitely if you're someone who found themselves always getting taken advantage of. Baby, listen, you allowed them to take advantage of you because you were told that you were meant to be a good person. You were told that you should be nice, that you should be kind, that you should show up, that you should do this. Guess what? Everybody else wasn't taught that. So you were taught to be a victim, baby, because then you weren't taught how to spot people that weren't on the same thing as you. So you were told what to do, but you weren't told that everybody in the world wasn't taught that same thing. So you were sent out into the world and you had to learn through trauma and shit. But are you still trying to do the same thing with a different mindset? No, baby, that ain't how that works. You got to shift the life. You have to shift the life. It's not just a different mindset. It's your routine. It's everything. Me adding a workout routine has been challenging me more than I ever thought it would. And it's been humbling to me internally because I'm like, I'm the mindset queen, baby. I help other people get that. You know what I'm saying? What you mean I'm working on my mindset in the gym? Because I ain't never had to go through that type of pain before, that type of endurance before. So now it's at a different level. I haven't mastered this level yet. I've mastered other levels. I've mastered the level of being sad. I've mastered the level of being super attached to people. I've mastered those. Now I'm mastering working out. I'm mastering making pain of physical activity look beautiful. Okay? But I had to change my routine in order to get the experience. Y'all feel me? You got to change your routine and what you involve yourself with to have a different outcome. It's worth it. You know, it may be a little scary. Okay. Baby, listen, that pole be, my body is, we ain't gonna talk about it, okay? I couldn't even finish leg day today. I made a post on Instagram today. Well, tonight, actually. Baby, I couldn't even finish leg day today because my arthritis was kicking in. And so I was just like, I'm about to push through as many of them as I can. And he was like, okay. And so when I couldn't go no further, Spirit was like, listen to your body. At least you still came and showed up even when you wasn't feeling it. You know, when I'm on my monthly and stuff, I'm still, you know, it's just a lot. So it's okay to adjust, but don't stop the routines, the healthy things that we add into our life. And so even with Pole, like Pole has been bruising me. Okay. But I've been loving the growth with it and I'm getting stronger. I'm physically noticing my strength changing, both physically and mentally, because now I'm being tested with a different test. You know, I already did test A and B. Now I got test C. You get what I'm saying? And so look at what the cycle is that you're in now. And that helps you understand what you were, in a way, programmed into. Okay? But if you look around in the world, everyone in different groups were programmed to believe a certain way, act a certain way, do a certain thing. Like they were programmed to follow a certain path in life. And they may think that they have freedom of choice. You get what I'm saying? But the reality is that they really don't have a freedom of choice because their mindset has already been created for them. So the choices that they make is related to the mindset that was created for them. So you got to get out of that part so that you make different decisions, different choices. So learn how to make different choices. Or some of you have been already making different choices and you just needed confirmation on the choices, okay? Maybe you just needed confirmation on the choices that you've been making or the decisions or the changes that you've been making. And this is just your confirmation. Y'all feel like something like, y'all know I think that mosquito's still in the room. It made me paranoid and shit. You're not just breaking generational curses and shit. You're creating generational blessings. So you got to get on a different timeline to do that. You got to get on a different frequency to do that. So allow yourself to keep shifting. Allow yourself to keep exploring. Allow yourself to keep trying different things, doing different things. You know what? I could light some incense, but I don't know where my incense holder is at, child. I moved it somewhere and then lost it. Look, I'm up here like, did it get in my titties, child? Oh, ew. Got me over here going crazy in my own house. Well, I ain't going crazy, but got me over here paranoid in my own house from a mosquito. A mosquito, above all things. A mosquito. It's running my motherfucking house right now. Okay? But, so. Oh, that's wild. Y'all, my thighs itching and shit. You know it's a lot of meat on these thighs. They got a lot of dinner up over here. Okay, baby. They done got me on my thigh. It gotta be more than one. Okay. They double teaming my ass. But Spirit is saying choose the answer that is not your first choice. Choose what's not your first choice, because your first choice is the program choice. 222. Giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time be my friend. Yes, M. Bennett and M. And let me start again. Listen, paranoid. You hear me? A damn mosquito got me over here shaking in my boots and shit, in my slippers. But the shifts may not feel comfortable, but you can do it. Feel the feels, allow the detachment, and allow yourself to shift. Act accordingly. But the old way ain't working no more. Okay? And when the old way is not working, you got to shift. And sometimes, a lot of times I hear this a lot where people be like, I didn't cut off everybody. I don't understand. Baby, it's something in you need to cut off. Okay? It wasn't everybody else you needed to completely cut off. It was some behaviors you had to cut off. It was some mindsets you had to cut off. It was some decision-making skills you had to change. It wasn't the people. It was your energy that needed to make a change. Okay? You said this cray lady. Baby, it's a mosquito. It's been in this house getting me all day. It's been in the house getting me all day. And since I turned the lights off, 44 all the time, it started coming even harder once I turned the lights off. Because it wasn't even really messing with me during class, but it was messing with me before class. Because I got a couple bites on my arm because I was in this bitch naked. You hear me? So allow the shifts and the changes to happen. Literally. Allow them to happen. The reality is, no one cares about you being in your feelings. This is not to sound harsh. This is not to sound mean. The same way that gravity don't give a fuck about what's being thrown out of a window. Do you get what I'm saying? You got to get that out of your... Okay, we have a society. Let me tell y'all how they brainwash us into this, okay? We have a society that rewards you when shit is wrong with you. Okay? You get extra benefits. You get extra support. You get this. You get that, right? Oh, people give you attention. That's what I learned as a teacher. Kids would do things just to get attention. So they would, act like they're sad or this is going on. And once you start sending them to the counselor instead of them sitting with you, you realize they just wanted your attention and time. Okay? And they didn't know how to process and work through the other stuff. So this is coming to one of those. If you drill it into your head that no one is going to save me, these feelings that I got, only I am feeling them and only I can shift them. You have to literally make that conscious decision that you are going to shift it. Now, when you make that conscious decision, only take in things that affirm that energy. So I always say this. This is where people fuck up at. Say you're going through a breakup or something, right? The last thing you need to be listening to is a tarot reading about love. Okay? Especially if it's from a reader that you don't consistently go to. Now, see if it's someone that you've been with for years and, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got a vibe. You trust all that other jazz. But just clicking on things, no. That's being put in your way to take you back to your program. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you got to watch, even with certain tarot, it can be a cycle. It keeps you in a cycle. It don't teach you how to get out of it. You stay in the cycle. So this is how you can find that the same damn love situation is being talked about in a reading that was done 6 months ago, right? And you resonated with both of them motherfuckers. You want to know why? Because you was in your program cycle and didn't realize it. And each time it felt new. It felt different, didn't it? Right? But you was doing the same thing the same way because you were stuck on the Ferris wheel. Get off the fucking Ferris wheel, baby. Do something different. Do something different. So, I was not expecting to be coming on here having this. Baby, I did not know what the conversation was going to be on. I'm going to be honest. I just knew I wanted to talk and get some energy out. That spirit was like, I needed to have a conversation. So this conversation, and it's the new moon too. So it makes sense. And the new moon is in Cancer on sidereal, which is all about birth, rebirth. Okay. That's doula work, shifts, change, nurturing. Not Reverend Mo. Why did I read that as if it was like Rev Run or something? Wasn't that his name or something? But I really hope this message landed with who it needed to land with. I know look, in our conversation tonight was on confidence. I'd be liking to give disclaimers because I know some people will be listening and they take it offensive. And I have to be reminded, they're going to be offended if they want to be offended. It don't matter how we say it. If they have it made up in their mind that they're offended, it's nothing that we can say to change it, right? Oh, Run DMC. Okay. Child, I couldn't remember. Wasn't it one called Rev Run or something? Wait, was that the same thing? That was his name? Now, there are times when we may need support or things of that nature. I always recommend having a therapist. If you have insurance, you can get a therapist. Okay? If you don't have insurance, Open Path Collective have good ones. Let your therapist have your emotional needs instead of wanting other people, friends and family and shit to, help and support that. And I know that's something I had to learn. Have a professional do it. So then it keeps other things healthier and it removes certain levels of codependency. Okay, so they were a group of 3 people. So Open Path Collective has a wide variety of, because I don't recommend, what's that other one they be having people sign up for? That everybody be Better Health. I don't recommend them. But Open Path Collective, they have different levels of like therapy available with different level therapists. So you may have like licensed therapists that have been there for a while. Most times their fees are like $70 a session, which is good because that's like half the price, right? Then the cheapest one is like $40 a session, and that can be like with an intern, okay? But at least they're dependable, and these are people who work in agencies, okay? So BetterHelp, I said BetterHelp, child. Open Path Collective is a website of like being able to find providers. And so that's who I use to find mine. I love it. And she's absolutely supportive. Like, so yeah, definitely have different options and look for that. And when you have that outlet, it takes away that need in other spaces, Look, that's why you ain't never seen me advertise it. Or no, Not you said you end up counseling her. Baby, I ain't accepted no promotions on the channel. I thought about opening it up for butterflies who want to run promotions on the channel, but I don't know if I want to do that either. Cause I want to, like, I don't know. I just be having this feeling of like, say you recommend something and something happened to a person or something. You feel me? Like, I'd rather recommend books and shit on my Amazon storefront. Cause I know I read the book, so I know what's in it. Yes, some people are raised to stay away from therapists, unfortunately, because it now creates another level of a blockage. Because now you feeling like you got to keep stuff inside still because you don't feel comfortable to share it over here. But anybody these days who be saying, oh, I don't believe in therapy, baby, you toxic and stay away from me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not, I judge to a certain level. I judge to know what your frequency is. And anyone who feels that way is not someone I would want to be spending a lot of time with. Okay? You funny. Like, yeah, stay away from them type of therapy. I talk to myself. Oh, okay. Baby, I'll give you that cute little church nod. I'll never look at you the same after that. Baby, you said you didn't been at all, okay? than been at all. Y'all, guess what I found out today that I didn't know happened? And then we gonna get off of here in a second. Y'all, why I find out that Nelly and Chingy was beefing back in the day? Did y'all know that they was beefing back in the day? I didn't even realize it, that they was beefing, putting each other lyrics in their songs and shit. Like, I ain't never know that. Chingy with the big ass shirts on. And you know what else is funny? Seeing Chingy in the video and looking back at him, I'm like, I used to have a crush on you. You was not that cute. Like, they really was brainwashing our ass because he was not that cute. Okay? We really thought that shit was cute. That is so wild to me. I was looking at my, I be going back to my high school yearbook thing or whatever, where you write in the book, the pictures and all that other shit, and you answer questions of, what was the gas price? What was the top 10 songs? Like all that shit. And I was just looking at how I was talking to like what I was just like, sis. Warren, you knew they was beefing? So you just found that out too? Wait, Chingy had a oh. Look, you said Warren, of course you did. Look, Warren is just like, because I'm like, who knew? And when I was listening to the songs, I'm like, damn, they really was beefing. That man is not fine. And I used to think Nelly was fine with that damn band-aid he used to have under his eye and stuff. Man, looking back on all that, I said I was trained to like narcissistic, okay, catty ass men, sassy as hell, okay? Because, baby, you can never tell me that him and Ashanti getting back together was a good idea, okay? I ain't never root for that. But it ain't my business, child. We gonna let them live their life. He did used to have a headband too. They did. Oh my gosh. And we really like that shit. We really liked it. Yeah. I feel like she probably felt a little, but let me not try to make up reasons for why she got back with that man. But I knew it was a disaster from the beginning, okay? That man is in that shit for clout, okay? He knew he could make money with her. That's what that is. If you want to be honest, they knew they could make money together by getting back together. So he knew how to woo and make a certain type of way and get back in. Baby, they ain't waste no time to have all other stuff and then have a show come out. So I'm gonna let people do what they want to do, child. If they happy, look what the elders be saying. If you like it, I love it, baby. Okay. If you like it, I love it. It's one of that. Yeah, they got a show. I haven't seen it. I refuse to look at it. I've just seen clips. But I just knew the energy of what it meant. Like, this man that went out, had other kids, okay? He tried to make her seem like she's more, like, I really feel like he's trying to use her to make his ex jealous, if you want to be honest, okay? Because he made sure to say, I didn't want to make her a baby mama, okay? That's what they do. They try to make you feel like you're better than the other. You'll be surprised how many of these men and stuff be thinking they a prize child. And I'm going to let them go on and think that right on over to another woman's phone. Okay? I'm going to let you think that right on up over there, but not over here. Okay? We all got a role. And I don't care what nobody say. The feminine role is what keep all that shit together. Okay? The woman role. The one who got the coochie in the portal. Okay? That's some spiritual law shit. We can't change that. Baby, that bless your heart. That was one of the biggest shade throwing comments they ever say. Okay? Bless your heart. Okay? I be saying it and I don't be meaning it, but people be thinking I'm throwing shade. They be thinking I'm throwing shade, but I be really just, you know what I'm saying, cooling it. I don't be meaning it that way. It just come out. Bless your heart. But baby, that is shade throwing for those who it sure is. And so I just have to remember that everyone is going to make their own decisions. We can't make people choose left or right, up or down. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do and how they want to do it. And all we can do is be a supporting character in their story if we want to be that. You said it translates to you so damn dumb. It do roll off the tongue. But yeah, this is like one of those, just let people do them, you know? And that's why a lot of energy is on like no one is coming to save you in anything either. This is one of those, baby, you got to know how to swim. Because if that boat go down, ain't nobody about to be thinking about trying to carry you swimming, okay? And they self. They trying to survive. But I'm starting to get sleepy, y'all. I love y'all. This was a great conversation. For those who needed it, I'm sure. I'm gonna take my ass to bed, child, because I gotta fold these clothes tomorrow. So I gotta get mentally prepared. Baby, listen, I put it's 3 loads of clothes on the bed. Okay, I washed all the sheets and stuff too, so my bed not made. Baby, I'm sleeping on the couch. Okay, this is one of them days where I love being by myself. I'm sleeping on the motherfucking couch. Okay, about to finish eating my salad. And I had the energy to fold them clothes tomorrow, child. Not you falling asleep on Jurassic Park, child. You like scary movies. I'm scared of you. Baby, I was so scared to look at that. I couldn't watch when I was a kid. Hated it. Okay? I've always hated scary movies. Because y'all know the other movie that I hate, and I ain't gonna lie. So how about the woman who made me watch this movie? She just died recently. She died last year. Baby, spirit put her through a lot. She was evil. Okay? She was evil. Let me tell y'all what she did. Like, it's some real evil people out there. And you can't tell me that people can't see your light as a child and they try to do things to taint it. So that's why they SA kids and things of that nature, so they can change your brain chemistry at a young age in your developmental stages. So if that demon can attach to you at that young age, it's easier for you to potentially perpetuate trauma. You get what I'm saying? So let me tell you what she did. You said it's not scary. Baby, listen. I saw the first Jurassic Park back, and when them things came out and killed that big man with the glasses, they was like, and they sprayed that stuff on him. Baby, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So that's a scary movie to me. So when I was a kid, y'all remember the Candyman movies? My mama's friend, somebody who she, you know what I'm saying, she did drugs with and shit. I remember she was watching us and they made me watch all of the Candyman. Y'all so funny. But they made me watch, she made me watch all the Candymans. And I didn't want to watch it. I asked if I could go in the room. I was trying to go to sleep and everything. Y'all, when I tell y'all that shit was so fucking traumatizing, I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now. Damn, she died last year. And like when my mama told me, it's like, I was like, okay. Like, and you know, I didn't want to sound heartless, but baby, I don't give a fuck that woman died. I don't. I really don't. Okay. She was a crack hoe to me. Okay. A mean ass crack hoe. If you want to be honest. And that's why she suffered most of her life. Because how she treated us when my mama would have her over there watching us and shit. I will never forget that shit. And I know spirit don't play when you mess with people who have pure hearts and pure energy. So she suffered her whole fucking life. And then her daughter that she trained to be mean to went through the same shit. I don't feel bad for none of that shit. One of my family members got mad that I didn't get sad that one of my other families, they just found out he got cancer. I don't give a fuck. That man used to terrorize the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. That's not my, I don't care. I do not care. The same way I'm sure if something happened to me, somebody who don't like me gonna say the same motherfucking thing. Listen, y'all not gonna come at me about Jurassic Park, okay? That is a scary movie. We're gonna take a vote. I want y'all to share it in the comments. Let me stop, because some of y'all gonna say that shit just because, no. It's scary to me. Shit. You said the velociraptors. Them was the ones that spray shit, right? I don't do that. It was all that mud and stuff, baby. I was up here. That was me. I be for real. I be like, no, I was gonna say, comment if you feel like it's a scary movie or not. But I was like, people gonna say that it's a scary movie because they don't want to try to make me mad. They don't want to go against me. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still in the motherfucking house. Who said that, y'all? Who did I get that from? Who line was that? Y'all know this my girl. So if you know this, we here. Okay, we here. You was excited to go see The Omen? Yeah, I'm really scared of you now. Baby, see, you know the different name and the spelling and shit. See, I'm scared of you too. Okay? Because you know how to spell the dinosaur names. I ain't never seen that before, it says. Okay? I fucks with it though. I love it. I love it. Wow, 3 hours? Yeah, you, ooh, child. Oh, man. Yes, my girl, New York. You better. Okay, you better. One of my other ones by her, she said, you think I care? Because I don't. You think I care? Because I don't. That is cute. I love it. I love it. Wait, it's a book? I didn't even know it was a book. You just taught me something. But yeah, that's the thing. Don't let people make you feel bad for not feeling a certain way about what they're going through and what they're experiencing. Okay. A lot of times people are going through, like we were talking about in the beginning of this conversation, this reading, this message. A lot of people are going through the karma of their own fucking actions and inactions. Okay. Why would I feel bad that you got lung cancer after your ass kept smoking the motherfucking Newports after the doctor told you to stop? I'm supposed to cry that you got the damn cancer and the doctor told you what would happen? Why would I waste my tears? No, for real. Why would I waste my tears? As soon as I said that, my phone went to low battery. So it was scary. See? See? I ain't doing it. Yeah, I don't do that jump scare stuff. Jump scare is scary to me. Listen, I'm the type of person, y'all, I be watching, y'all don't judge me. I don't give a fuck, but still. I'll watch like a show on TV, like, so I be watching BMF and shit, right? So if I know that they about to like torture somebody or like unalive them, I will literally mute the motherfucking TV and turn my head until the scene is over. I still do that. Now, I know I can't watch certain things. Like, I still do that on scenes and movies that got too much blood. I couldn't watch Kill Bill. My friend tried to have me watch that, and it was like one scene and they had hit something, it was blood splatter, and I said, oh no. Oh no. That's exactly what I did. I was like, oh no. It turned my head and shit. He was like, you want me to change? Yes, please. Yes, please. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work for me. So yeah, I don't do any type of scary. And that's why my mom's friend tried to make me watch all them Candyman, because she was just like, you gon' and it ain't gonna be. She tried to make me not be afraid of them, but it really just traumatized me. It traumatized me. Like, I can't get over that, you know? Damn, now I'm having visions of that man in my face. Did y'all know that he actually had real bees in his mouth and stuff? He really got stung by bees, and they paid him extra for it. That's real. That man is real. That's crazy. All right, y'all, let me go for real, so I don't lose my yawns. But I thank y'all for being here. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. I feel like one of y'all just started not too long ago, like an hour ago. Y'all was like 12:12. Was that Warren? I can't remember. And then now I'm looking at my clock, it's 12:11. So it's about to be 12:12. That feels like a full circle moment. That feels like a full circle moment. Angel number 1212 appears when your spirit guides want you to know that you have been given divine authority and leadership over an area of your life. It is a reminder that whatever is written in the stars with your name cannot be taken from you by anyone. You are ordained for this position. Period. So step into that shit. I love y'all. Look, he was like 111. Period. And it's 12:12 as I'm ending this message. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Sleep tight. Okay. And if something try to get you, bite. It's like, let me stop. Y'all see that video of the woman, the Memphis woman? She shot them people who broke into her house. Baby, that would have been me. Okay? Because what you mean you breaking in? I'm coming for blood. Ain't nobody walking back out this bitch. Okay? Come for me if you want to. I go to the gun range for fun. Okay? All right, y'all. I don't know where that just came from, but I need to go to bed. That's where that's coming from. Because when I get sleepy, I just be talking, child. Yes, but for real, she was like, my motherfucking kids is in here. Da-da. And somebody said, I don't care about them kids or something. And she was like, boom. And she was like, I got hit. You lucky you ain't dead. Okay? You lucky it wasn't a headshot. Okay? That shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm sitting here like, why am I laughing at somebody getting popped? Because first off, why you breaking in that lady house? And when she said her kids is in there, you done activated the mama bear. Okay? Now everybody gotta go. Okay? Everybody gotta go. All right, y'all. I'm really going to bed. I gotta go to bed. I'm so fucking sleepy. I love y'all. Bye. My thighs sticking to the seat and shit.